what we have here is another Club Cart DS. As you can see, it missing a tire. It's in pretty decent shape, honestly. It's actually, to be completely honest, it's in way better shape than my brown one. It's in substantially better shape than my brown one. Like the body, super clean. The chassis, super duper clean. Anyways, so what we're doing with this one is I picked this up from another gentleman here in town last fall, late summer, early fall. And the plan the whole time has been to paint this one up and make this one super nice for my wife. The one that she drives all over around the yard every single day is rough. It's very rough, to be honest, but it works great. That's the one I put the lithium battery in. Works fantastic. So this one, we're gonna strip it all apart. We're gonna paint the body up the color that she wants, and then she's gonna redo the seats. We're gonna put tires and wheels on it, convert it to lithium. I gotta fix the motor on it, and yeah, put it all back together. So let me show you what we got. So the first thing that we have is the same battery that I put in the last one is made by XRH, and I have another one of them right there. Except for this one is the newer one. This one has the better controller. It has a gauge on it to show the battery percentage and stuff that I can mount in the dash. That's the newer upgraded one than the one that I have that I love very much. But so that is going in here, and then this is going to get painted a teal color. Somebody else already painted it this purple, and you can see in some spots it's starting to flake, but the body itself is in awesome shape. When I got it, the motor was out of it and all tore apart in a lot of pieces, and I just slapped it back together. Well, long story short, that didn't work out. I threw the battery in here out of my cart to see how well it would work, and it worked, but the motor was pretty hot when I got back. So I'm gonna tear the motor back apart, make sure that it's actually in good shape, and if it's usable, I'll just clean it up really good and put it back together, because I'm not sure that it actually needed a motor. The guy I got it from thought it needed a motor. I think it had bad batteries in it, but I don't know, it might need a motor. But we're gonna start by cleaning it up and putting that in there. Putting it back in. And then under here, we got to convert this. We got to get rid of these batteries here and convert all of this to accept that lithium battery. But in the process, in the meantime, we are going to strip the body off of it so then I can paint it. That's what I'm gonna do first. I should probably do everything else first, but I'm gonna do a little bit backwards. I'm gonna strip the body off so I can build all the mounts for it, for the battery and stuff, paint it, and then put it all back together. So let's get to stripping this thing apart. So, got the body all pulled off, got the back tub and the front is gonna be super easy. I don't see anything except for a teeny bit right here where the paint's chipping back. Other than that, this thing will be just basically a scuff and shoot. This will be super easy. Now this, on the other hand, pretty darn sure it used to have one of those whole wraparound protectors that has the bottom and the top in one shebang, because they didn't prep this at all. This isn't good, and you can see where the purple just dies out and stops. This is primer. Also, it is chipping here. So what I gotta do is I'm gonna take some 180 grit. I'll mask off this piece. I'm gonna leave this piece here and feather all this back, and in here, and then somebody glued some carpet to there, so I gotta clean that off with some lacquer thinner and sandpaper. and I think there's a crack here. But then the rest of it, and just like this piece, I'll clean it up, take some 320 grit to it, and then lightly hit it with 600, and it'll be ready for paint. Honestly, this should be super duper easy. So I'm gonna get to sanding all this. Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have to eventually. And it will stay at 8 for a long time. At the gas station, and Jeremy walked in and helped me with it.
All right, there we go. So I took 220. Was it 220? Or 180? 180, and feathered back a bunch of spots. So like I had mentioned before, this thing's been painted once before, like 20 years ago. And they had, that's a little bit of Bondo right there, and it had cracked here and here, where I'm not trying to make a show quality job here, we're just trying to make a pretty nice looking rig for my wife. So I just sanded all that out, and then after that I hit it with 320, and then I wet sanded it. As you can see here, both of them are all sitting here ready to go. So yeah, so now I'm mixing up the paint here, and we got, let's come over here, show you guys what color we're doing, because we got to put some gray sealer down, and then this is the color here. It's called light jade. It's forward like 70s light jade, like a mint green color. So we're gonna get this mixed up and put on there, and get some color on this. All right, so I got the body moved back up and gave it a nice little bath. It was mostly just dusty. There was a little bit of grease around here where they did proper greasing to all the steering stuff. But look at how clean that thing is. It looks so much better than my other cart. I don't love this area, but the rest of it is in so much better shape. So we got it all cleaned up, and I grabbed my battery here, trying to do some mock-up. Let me come around this side. So I want to mount this battery exactly like my other cart. I'm going to build the framework the same way, all that stuff. But the issue was, so like on my other cart, it had resistor coils, actually right here, had resistor coils here, and I moved them over here, and it worked out perfect. It was super slick. I only had to change one wire. Very simple. This one is a controller cart. Has a controller here, and this plate bolted right here, and then come down this way. So it was blocked off right here. And I was just looking at it, trying to figure out what to do. Turned out super simple. I just moved it back, leaned it back, and then bent the flange, this flange right here, that would normally have sat on top. I just bent it down a little bit more of an angle, slid it underneath, drilled 2 holes, and put nuts and bolts. And it is a nice angle that I can still work on it through my access panel right here if I ever need to. Everything clears. I had to move this wire. I am going to take this set of wires, this wire loom, I'm going to take it and run it on the inside of the frame. And this contraption here is getting redone. I'm going to run new, I'm going to run bigger positive wire coming over here and a bigger ground wire, because neither one of them reach. Oh, I guess the ground might reach, but I'm gonna put, since I have bigger wire, I'm putting bigger wire to both of them. But yeah, that was super easy. I was worried that was going to be the hardest part, how to modify and build a bracket for all that, but that worked out really slick and it looks really nice. Looks super nice. So now I just need to pull the motor off. So when I put this cart together, or when I got it last fall, it had no motor on it. The motor was in pieces. I think I might have already told you guys. I just like slammed it back together, and the motor got pretty hot when I drove it around. So I'm gonna pull it back apart and just clean it up and see if there's anything that I can do to make it better. If not, it's gonna need a motor, but for now we're gonna run it like it is. But yeah, so I need to pull the motor off and clean it up and build my mounts for the battery. But meanwhile, let's run over here and look at this beautiful thing. This thing turned out sweet. And how I sprayed it was, it's single stage. The name of this color is Light Jade. 7A is the paint code. It's a Ford color. Ford Light Jade. So it's single stage with the second coat was a little bit of single stage and clear coat. And the last coat was just a hint of single stage, like not really even anything to change it, and then just straight clear. But yeah, my wife came out and looked at it. She's super stoked. So I'm gonna get a motor tore off and tore it apart and see if we can find anything wrong with it. Okay, so I started thinking about it and was thinking that the hot engine, the hot motor could easily be from poor connections, which I had a lot of when I first took it for a drive. So it's early morning. Hey bud, you having fun? But we are sitting on what's not much here of a golf cart. Gonna go drive it around and see if the motor gets hot, because I actually don't believe that it will. So, woo! I'm sitting on a battery, which probably isn't the safest thing. We got no floorboards, we got wiring laying everywhere, but we're having fun. Woohoo! Alright, we'll see what happens. Well, after our test drive, I realized that the motor doesn't get hot at all. Like, I don't know why I thought it got hot before. We piled the whole family on here and cruised around. We didn't go super far, but it never got hot. So I noticed I had some bad connections, so hopefully that was the issue before. I'm not going to tear the motor apart unless it has an issue, so we're just going to leave it there. But I did get the frame built for holding the battery, and I did it the same way as I did on my other one. Just square tubing for the battery to sit into. This is just welded on the same angle as the frame with these two bolts here, some angle iron going down to support it. So now I can set the battery in there. I already started building the new positive cable, because this is the old ghetto worked up one that is not gonna work. I'm undecided. I told myself I was gonna put a new ground on there, but to be honest, it seems to be just fine. It wasn't getting warm at all while we were driving, so I may just do the positive for right this second. Maybe upgrade the negative later, maybe, or yeah. Anyways, but just want to show you. Also, this XR8 battery is the newest one that they have. It's the updated version to the one that's in my tan cart. And one thing I love about it is it comes with this dual terminal on each side, so I can put the actual power cables to one post by themselves, and then the others can just be for like accessories. Also, it came with this battery LCD screen to give you the all the specs on what's going on with the battery, plus it comes with the charger and a port, just like I put on my other one, so you can just plug a battery in, or just plug an extension cord into the cart, keep the battery mounted on board, and it all charges. But I'll show you guys that later when I set that all up. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Now I can set the battery in there and start running my cables and trying to decide exactly what I'm gonna do there. I am bypassing the old charge port, so this power wire here is gonna go away, but I do know I got a jumper to let power go to the control box, and I'll show you guys that after I remember or figure that out. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna start setting the battery and stuff in here and figure out what all I have to do next. All right, so I decided to go with two brand new positive and negative cables. So here's the negative one here, and the positive is on this side. This is 2-aught cable, probably quite a bit more than I need, but I had it, so why not use it? And now I am bypassing the original charger. So what I'm about to tell you to do, I'm not at all saying this is the right way to do and that it won't create any damage, but this is what I'm gonna do. So there originally was a red wire here that is this one that went to the original battery cable. Now this is garbage. So that went to the original batteries, the positive on the battery. And what I did was I tested, I unplugged this and everything still worked. I unplugged this, I cut this, and everything still worked. So I know somewhere in here anyways, scratch any of that. So I am literally gonna come up in here and cut this wire and cap them off. And it should, as we can see, it goes forward with the throttle. So everything should still work. And then that will completely bypass the charger, the original charging point. To be completely honest, I have no idea what this box is. I don't know what it does. I'm not saying that this way that I'm doing this is right. I'm just telling you how I'm doing it. So I'm gonna cut those off and cap them. I do know that if I unplug this, that the controller does not work. So I know that I can't just completely eliminate that because of whatever it's doing. If somebody knows exactly what it's doing and they want to comment that, sweet, because I would love to learn what this little box is. I'd like to know more about this system, to be completely honest, because that cart out there, I know exactly how it works. This one, not so much. So, yeah, I'm going to cut those and cap them off. And then after that, I'm pretty sure I can start mounting my battery charger system and then put the body back on it, which would be super awesome. So I'm gonna get to that and I'll let you guys know when I get to that point. All right, so this battery setup they sent me is with an updated battery charger, which this thing is massive compared to my other one. The other one's like this wide. This charger is huge. So I just screwed it down here. There's four screws and it is solid. It shakes the whole cart. What else was I going to show you? Oh, also, so it come with this, the battery, the charge port, which is super sweet. So you can undo this. It'll go in the cart up here. And then this will plug in here. So all you have to do is stick an extension cord in it. And then it came with this LCD screen set up here. So what I did was I wanted it mounted on the cart. So we cut out the silicone that was holding it in. So, and just pushed on it, cut the silicone, pushed on the screen, it popped out. And then up here, we had a nice perfect spot. So now it can snap in there. Look at that. We got a nice spot for the screen and it just plugs in on the back. Comes up here to the battery and now we will be able to watch the battery voltage while we're driving it. What else is there? This wiring here is all of the stuff, well, it's for battery charger stuff, and whoever before me had added a light kit on it. This is the light kit wiring, which I'm going to use, but I don't have a drop-down box, so I gotta get a drop-down box for it. But yeah, so that's how I mounted the battery. Mounted the charger. Super basic and simple. Same with the battery. All the wiring is cleaned up so much better. Even even back here, all the wiring, so much better. So now we just gotta put the body back on it, and got a bunch more stuff to do. So we're gonna get the body put on there. So, got the body all on. It's actually like a week later or so. We've been driving the crap out of it. The motor's good, so that's awesome. The battery's holding up great. I really love these. I don't have an issue with these XRH batteries anyways. Really like them. So other things we did was I bought new tires, and I messed up and thought I was getting wheels with them, and I didn't. So in the meantime, while I was swapping the tires out, we went ahead and painted the wheels the same mint green, and I don't know if they'll fit. Hopefully they will fit because they're supposed to, but I bought some baby moon hubcaps to go in the wheels also, and the wife wanted to paint the steering column steering wheel, so we painted steering wheel, steering column, touched up some black on the floor because we have this floor mat that is going to go in there. And oh, I painted the roof. Here we got the roof is now white. It's like an off-white color, which will match this leather here that was up on the roof that goes around the top here. Yeah, anyways, so now we are gonna put the headlights in it. I got some brand new, they're the same as the old ones, but LED. Got lights for them and some underglow to put on it. Yeah, anyways, so that's what we're gonna work on. We're gonna get some lights put on it and get the top back on there. There we go. It is all finished up, and not just a little bit finished. It's 100% done. Well, at least unless if my wife comes up with another idea, but it is all finished up. So just a recap on what we did. First thing is put a lithium battery conversion in it. So it's a XRH 48 volt or 52 volt battery. I did do step down box to run the LED lights on it. It's got LED lights and underglow underneath it. We got rid of the carpet that was in the floor and did this black pad, which at first I was unsure about, and now I really like. I think the whole entire thing come together super nice. Then we pulled the body off, sanded it all down and painted it. Luckily somebody else had already painted it once before, so all the body work was done, so it was super easy for me to get it to look like this, which was awesome because like my other cart, the body's hammered on. So this one was awesome. I made a mistake and I meant to buy tires and wheels, and I only bought the tires. So that forced me to do something with the wheels, which then we decided to paint them the same light jade, Ford light jade color. And then I seen some baby moon hubcaps, so we bought some of them, which is super awesome. I just look at it, it looks fantastic. Also, when we bought it, it had, well, when we got the cart, it had already had this leather done on the top, but we didn't like the color, so I used SEM white vinyl paint and did it, and then I painted the roof off white, satin white, and that cleaned up real nice. And then thanks to my dad and my wife bought this flower embossed leather, and then her and my dad had stretched that leather over it and reupholstered those, so that looks super awesome. And then I painted the frame underneath the seat. Excuse me, buddy, I'm gonna lift this up. Painted the frame under the seat so it is all white. Okay, I'm gonna set it back down. So it kind of blends in at the front. And then my wife had the idea to paint the steering wheel, or one of us did anyways. So we painted that's better. Painted the steering wheel and the column sleeve, not the actual column, just a sleeve. And the original plan was to take, my wife had put this vinyl on here and on these not cup holders, that's what she's using them for, golf ball holders, on the back and here and down there. We were originally going to do that here. We tried to make it look good, it just didn't look right. So we painted the dash also the same light jade mint color. We got a cup holder in it. Let's see, I ended up taking these two pieces here come off my other golf cart, which is what we call the work truck. So we didn't need them and stuck them there. But yeah, anyways, this thing I think turned out absolutely awesome. It looks beautiful. My wife loves it. She's so excited. I'm always telling her how I'm gonna finish a project for her, and I'm not very good at finishing them for her. So I'm glad that I got this one done. But yeah, I just want to give a thanks to my dad and my wife, and XRH sent me that battery because I had done a video for them once before, so this is the new one to test out. So I'm to give this one a good test. So far it's been doing great. We put quite a few miles on this thing already, and it's doing super awesome. And big thanks to all of you watching and giving me the support that you have, so that's always appreciative. But this is the end of this one, and hope you guys enjoy it, and we will see you on the next one.